guys, welcome back for another episode of Uncut Gems with Slim. I am super excited that you guys are back with me for another gem this week. Hello, February. It is a new month. Shout out to you guys, y'all. This year is moving by so fast already. And so I hope 2021 has been off to a great start. And if you are here and you're watching on YouTube and you came from my main channel, shout out to you. For those who haven't been on my main channel or are only subscribed to my podcast, right now, all of the podcast content will be solely and exclusively on Uncut Gems with Slim YouTube channel, as well as podcast streaming platforms. There will be no more snippets on my main channel. So hopefully you guys have followed me over to this platform. If you're listening via podcast, shout out to you. Thank you for streaming. And I'm super excited because we are starting a brand new series. I don't know if every month is going to have a theme for this year, but so far, these series have been giving me life, and I hope it's been giving you life as well. But this month, we're starting a brand new series called Real Single, okay? February is known as the month of love, woo-de-woo, but y'all, we are talking about being real, being single, and being real in singleness. And that's not just to say that this month's episodes will be exclusively for single people. But when I say being single, I'm talking about being an individual and being whole as an individual, period. And so, yeah, so I just want to go ahead and jump straight into this. I do have a lot of notes because I want to make sure that I share all this great information with you. And today we are talking about the importance of singleness. And I love Mike Todd's Relationship Goals series from about 3 years ago. And so I kind of rewatched a little bit just to pull some inspiration from the sermon where he talked about before the person. And so since we're talking about the importance of singleness, I know, like I said, y'all, it's February. It is the month of love. It's the month where singles are reminded that we are singles. The girls link up for Valentine's Day. And then people who are in relationships, they paint their relationships so picture perfect with their couples pictures and showing their gifts they receive on Valentine's Day and, you know, all the outward displays of affection. And so with that being said, like for most people, this month is a time that you're either looking forward to because you're one of the people who always get showered with gifts and things like that, or it's the opposite. You just can't wait for, you know, the 14th to come and go because, you know, you don't want to be seeing all that lovey-dovey stuff on your timeline. I get it. And so with all the relationship vibes in the air and the lack thereof for my single ladies and my single men, okay? With all of the relationship vibes and the singleness in the air, I thought it would be really cool to introduce our brand new series, Real Single, like I said, being real in singleness. And so as a professional single woman, I like to say that because I've been single all my life. But no, I tell myself I have not been in a real relationship. And what that means, or when I say that, I've not been a real girlfriend. I haven't been engaged or married or anything like that. And the last time I technically held the title of girlfriend was in high school, and I honestly do not really count it because, like, you know, you got them relationships you don't count. Like, I don't count it because I literally only saw them like at school because my mama ain't played at seeing people outside of school. She ain't played seeing anybody, but I was able to get away with seeing my little boo thing in the hallways in between classes and, you know, wearing a jacket and, you know, put my books in a locker, that kind of thing. But I haven't been in like a real boyfriend, girlfriend, committed relationship And so I thought it would be important to highlight the importance of singleness for this first episode. And so this series is all about kind of normalizing being single, being real, and being real in singleness. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And I just want to lean into, like I said, the importance of singleness. And you might be asking, like, Slim, well, why is singleness so important? Because I feel like all my life I've been waiting to get married. And, you know, sometimes they do kind of seem like that. Like, dang, like all my life I want to be married. And then once you be married, you just be like, I miss being single. That's what some people say. I'm not saying that for real. But first of all, singleness is something that everyone experiences. Like when you come out the womb, even if you have a twin, like you are an individual. You are a single person. There has been a moment in everyone's life where they have been single. And I feel like singleness is typically an underrated season of our life. Like we discount our singleness because the goal might be relationship or the goal might be marriage, but being single, you have to be single before you could be married. You know what I'm saying? That in itself show you that it's just like math class. You can't take algebra 2 if you ain't took algebra 1, or you could skip it. But that's neither here nor there. But like you have to go through a season of singleness before you get into a committed relationship. And so for the purpose of this episode, singleness is going to be considered like those seasons of your life where you are solely responsible for yourself and yourself only. Just being an individual. That's what we're referring to as far as singleness for the purpose of this episode. And this season is a great time to grow in your journey of self-discovery, becoming more self-aware, learning your likes and dislikes and things like that. And singleness is so important because it gives you time to love yourself. And we kind of talked about this last month in the Selfology series about self-love and self-awareness and all those things like that. But singleness is the time to really grow in those areas because you have time to be selfish and cater to yourself and your needs and figure out what you like and don't like and things like that. When we were talking about self-love last month, I said in order to love a thing, you must know a thing. And so you have to kind of know yourself, know who you are before you can love yourself first and before you can love other people. And so in order to love other people, you have to know how to love yourself. One thing about your season of singleness, it allows you to discover who you are without a person. It allows you to discover who you are without depending on a counterpart to help validate who you are, without having someone kind of navigate that self-discovery for you. Like being single in this season allows you to really dive deep into your journey of self-discovery. And so that's not to say that you can't discover who you are in a relationship, but the journey of that self-discovery will most likely be more difficult trying to like navigate who you are in a relationship versus being able to navigate it in your singleness, where you don't have to consider someone else's opinion when you're discovering who you are and growing to become a whole individual yourself. So hopefully this is making sense and you guys are flowing with me. And I want to leave you with this. There is nothing wrong with this season that you're in because you are in it for a reason. There's something that you need to get out of this season. So if you are my fellow single ladies and men out here, your singleness, the reason why you are single right now, there's a reason why you are single. There's something that you need to learn. There's a lesson that you can get out of this season. For my people who are in a relationship, whether it be a marriage or something temporary, or something that you might find out later down the line is temporary, like this season that you're in, no matter what it is intentional, and there's a reason why you are in this season. There's something that you need to learn from it and get from it. And so I want you guys to just embrace the moment that you're in, embrace the singleness that you're in, embrace the relationships that you are in, and just get everything you can out of the season that you're in. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was just brief about the importance of singleness and how this season can help prepare you and propel you for when you get into relationship. To love a thing, you must know a thing. And in order to love someone else, you must love yourself first. So that's all I got, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of our Real Single series. Make sure you get into it. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, leave a rating and review on the podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Uncut Gems with Slim. And also, we do have an Instagram page now, so make sure you check out Uncut Gems with Slim on Instagram. And until next week, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and feel free to connect with me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Slim Reshae. That's SlimReshae. Links will be listed in the show notes. And until next time, love yourself and be beautiful.